All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Wine Wednesday once again. Another week with other two wines from the Righteous Imports portfolio in Pennsylvania. As you've seen already, like on the screen appearing, my name is Enzo Tedeschi, and I am the guy that basically selects the Italian wines here at Righteous and also causes a lot of trouble to my beautiful wife that like is a genius, to put up with me like every day and with all my Italian craziness, okay? But yeah, join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Righteous Wine Wednesdays. Is right now on the screen. And that's pretty much like what we have been doing every Wednesday since October. October. We did the first 3 months of testing and various things that eventually we sorted out. We are now able to at least use the audio and video in a decent manner. And but before I get to the program, I would like to introduce Rachel, my wife and president of, I was saying it, the United States of America. You never know, you might do better than Joe and the previous one, Donald. You never know. I believe in young people in the institutions, not people that are not younger anymore. And yes, so Rachel, are you ready to talk to us? Are you ready to tell us something, to say hello tonight? Let me see. I guess yes. Rachel is on air like that, and yeah. Sorry, I cannot hear you. I don't understand why. I cannot hear you. Just one moment, please, so that we fix. I was just saying that we sorted out audio problem. I spoke to
our Zoomers.
Here we
Can
go.
the Zoomers hear me? Yes.
Yes,
so
the Zoomers are
Zoomers
fine.
hear me. It's just you. You're a hot mess.
Yeah, now everything is fine. Also here with the internet.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yes, can hear you
Joe.
very,
Okay,
very
there we
nicely.
go. Okay, so as Enzo mentioned, oh my gosh, my big head. I'm Rachel Nish, and I run Righteous Imports. We are a wine importer distributor based in the Pittsburgh area, and we specialize in an all Italian portfolio at the moment. We are planning a little bit of expansion, but I'll let Enzo tell you about that a little later. We mostly work with restaurants, and we're quite young, so we really started really kind of taken off, and then COVID happened. So we had to sort of branch out and reach people directly. And so we're doing these Wine Wednesdays for a little bit of fun, a little bit of education, a little bit of tasting, perhaps a little bit of sort of socialization, get to meet new wine friends. And hopefully when all of this stuff is over, we can all hang out, enjoy a great glass of wine, chat, and have some fun. So in the meantime, you can always find us here though, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for Wine Wednesdays. All of our events are posted on Righteous Imports Facebook page under events, and you can check out Eventbrite as well. Check out Righteous Imports there, and they're all posted there. And Enzo, take it away. Enzo, your turn.
Sorry, I thought that you couldn't hear me anymore. All right, so Rachel, thank you so much. Thank you to our friends for joining us tonight on the Zoom call, as well as all the people that are watching us from Facebook and YouTube. And I believe tonight we are streaming also on Twitch, and it's really amazing to see how many people watch us from the social media platforms. We started basically it was me, Rachel, and a couple of friends on the call on the first night, and last week we had more than 100 people following on the internet, which was wow, honestly. So what do we do tonight? Tonight we taste a couple of amazing wines, okay? Let's see. Pittsburgh, 73 degrees, the summer is here. Let's hope that that stays here, and that we won't have problems with the pandemic, so that we can all gather together and finally have some fun in person. Tonight, two wines from our I love righteous portfolio. We represent some of the most amazing Italian wineries, and tonight we showcase two unbelievable products. And the first one is the Quintodecimo Fiano di Avellino Escultet, and the second one is Il Borro Rosso Toscana Super Tuscan IGT, and both are made from some of the most skilled Italian people working in the wine industry. Okay, so let's get with first of all, we'll tell you a little more about the estate. The first thing that we want to talk about, the first estate, is the Quintodecimo estate. The Quintodecimo estate, the first thing that we must say is that Quintodecimo is the pinnacle of quality in Campania. Okay? Luigi Moio started this family estate in 2001 after an impressive resume of study in Burgundy, consulting throughout Italy and teaching enology at the University of Naples. The Professor Moio, because he's the professor of enology at the University of Naples, aims to enhance the aromatics compounds and to increase the aging potential by using selective extraction, controlled maceration, malolactic fermentation, and aging in new oak barrels. The wines are organic. The grown varietals are Aglianico, Falanghina, Fiano di Avellino, and Greco di Tufo. So tonight we will explore the Fiano di Avellino. Okay. All right. So, and the second one that we will talk about is my love, Il Borro Rosso. Il Borro Rosso that with this vintage received also 96 points by Robert Parker. What can we say about Il Borro? The Ferragamo family bought the estate in the beginning of the 90s. Yes?
Turn down the audio on this track.
The music, you mean?
Yes, the music on the video.
All right. So, on the video. Oh,
On the video.
I'm
We
sorry.
can't really
I'm
hear you well.
sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that you were talking of the music in the background. I don't know if you can hear that.
Well, now I can hear. Yeah, that's fine. There we go.
Perfetto. So, we were saying that this estate has been bought by the Ferragamo family in 1991 and has been completely resurrected. The hamlet that you see right now on the screen is almost 1,000 years old, or at least we have the first documents that speak about this place, which are basically from the 1215. And that's when, as I said, the first families in Tuscany, they started passing this property from family to family, and until in the 1600 it was given to the Dal Borro family, and precisely to Alessandro Dal Borro, the general, for his great achievements. And today at Il Borro they produce some really amazing products. Everything is organic here too. And tonight we will taste the flagship wine, which is a blend. It's a blend of 3 grapes. It's a blend of 50% Merlot, 35% Cabernet Sauvignon, and 15% Syrah. All the grapes are matched to the soil to grow in the most perfect condition that they can provide in order to harvest the most amazing fruit and make the most amazing wine. So tonight we look at 2 estates that basically. Okay, we have these little breaks that come up like all of a sudden. But tonight we will taste these 2 wines, okay? And all right, so let's get to it right away. I believe that this is the time where Enzo becomes a happy guy by drinking some of his favorite wines. And as I was saying, the first one that we taste tonight is the Fiano di Avellino Escultet. Here we go. I have a bottle here. I will send you an image on the screen very, very soon. Okay? Let me pour myself a glass of this amazing wine. Rachel, I would like you to, just come back to the screen if you can. I see maybe you are attending to Bella. But yeah, because I always remember the time where we went to visit the Quintodecimo estate. And I have a very fantastic memory of Mr. Moyo because, being Italian, I really understood his eyes before his words, because when I was asking questions, we are talking of somebody that at the trade show in Italy walks with 10-15 people taking notes behind him. This is the Professor Luigi Moyo. So when I was asking questions, and I'm definitely not as educated as a master sommelier, or as well as many other sommeliers, but I was asking my questions, and I was just reading his eyes, before he could speak, his eyes were just telling me it's all about how you grow. It's all about how you grow. And you could see his hands. This is a professor, okay? It's a very famous person, and I was staring at his hands because he's a farmer. He was coming back from the vineyards when we were there. And Rachel, what would you say that, you as, being Italian, I love the wines, I love the estate, I love the man, I love the family. But what would you say that more stayed with you of that estate? The Aglianico.
What's way to put me on the spot, Enz.
Yes,
way to prepare for that.
I love that.
What do I remember the most? Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, everything was just beautiful, and I like those vineyards that have the roses, that have the rose bush at each end, and the kids were lovely. Just the children. I guess I was amazed that by meeting their children, and they have gone to the School of Enology, and so they've studied wine, and they are younger than I am, and they're already in the thick of it. And so I just found that fascinating, and it's not really something that you find here in America because, I guess of the legal drinking age and everything. I guess maybe it's a bit hard to get into it so early, but maybe more and more people are now. But it's just a very, very cool thing. And I think I remember that the most. So my Italian is decent and I can understand decently, but it's not the best. So I'm just remembering sort of the visuals. And it's a lovely estate. It's beautiful. And but it's very how do you say it? Like, it's not commercialized. So Campania and that area is not really what do you call it? Developed, I guess. And so it's just about the wine. It's really, really amazing.
Oh no! Oh no, there is this break that comes in all the time. Okay, so apart from the scary break, I want to say that yes, seeing the kids in the vineyard and like seeing what like they I think that the youngest is still studying while the two girls are already graduated, and the girls studied one in Burgundy, another one in Bordeaux, and the boy I think is in Burgundy. Like it's really like like it's a family love more than a family business, and it's family culture, because like enology is just a branch of agriculture. So like it's basically like treated like a science, and it's I actually don't know much about the science of it. I know that it's very fascinating, and I know that Mr. Luigi Moio makes some of the most amazing wines in the world. And I tell you why I became really certain of this. Because the Quintodecimo estate only produces about $130,000 bottles of wine, including 3 whites, the Aglianico, 2 Reservas Taurasi. But the Taurasi, he makes, I think, 1,500 bottles of each. And fortunately, I want to show you, we have some here, like the Taurasi Quintodecimo. This is rare in the United States. There is so little coming that is really rare. Like we are talking on 10 cases of this coming to the United States. But out of 130,000 bottles produced, 90,000 stay in Italy. And one thing I learned in the wine business is that not many producers have that luck of selling their wines, like the majority of their products, in their own country. Like biggest markets are the United States and Asia, including China, Japan, and but like selling your wine at home, being appreciated by the locals, must be really, really satisfying. And I guess that's what Mr. Luigi Moio feels like. Now, let's get to the tasting, because as usual, I always speak a lot. And let's start with the first wine, as we said, which is the Escultet Fiano di Avellino from Quintodecimo. Okay, so first of all, we always look at the glass first. So the first thing that we want to see in a wine, we want to notice, is the color, the characteristics that you can see with your eyes. Okay, and yes, so here we go. Oops, unfortunately. All right, here we go. So seems like the program is back. Bright yellow, green reflections regarding the color. The nose, like this, very particular. It's very, very, very complex. Crisp varietal aromas. Like it's very refreshing. And yes, I definitely like the touch of the thyme at the end. And then let's go to try it. Like all the wines from this estate, very well structured, and exotic fruits like citrus, like really, really nice. What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat with this wine? Yeah, definitely like seafood, pasta, and dairies, cheeses. I like the mozzarella with white wines. They have a bright acidity. And yeah, like that's pretty much what you want to try with this wine. Of course, if you have access to products from Italy, you might want to focus on the products from the south with this wine. And yeah, we have a very small offer on it. On 6, basically you save $3 a bottle. This is very, very limited. Like if you save yourself a bottle of this, like for special occasion, seriously, you have something really, really special handy. But again, this comes in 6 packs, wooden cases. Like, I don't know if you can see behind me. No, it's too low. And it is really one of the best Italian white wines that I know of. This is the QR code that connects you to the PLCB webpage where you can purchase the item. And of course, for our friends on the Zoom call, just give us a call if and we will definitely help you with anything you need. Okay? And now let's try and see if we can go to the wine number 2. There is this little clock that I have here that like slowly closes all the images and things. Like technology is doing things nowadays that when 20 years ago, like 30 years ago, I started using the computers, were unimaginable. Okay, so let's start with saying salute, and I hope that you enjoy this white wine as much as I do. Okay, Quinto Decimo Fiano di Avellino Escultetto. Really, really, really nice. The vintage available now is the 2018. Okay, these wines are wines that can be kept for a few years. Even these whites, doesn't matter. They can definitely stay for a few years if you can keep them at the optimal condition for wine, aging. What is that? Well, I keep my cellar, and the reason why I do this here is because I am in the cellar, and there is always a very fresh temperature, which is right now 64 degrees Fahrenheit with a 63% humidity. So this is how I keep my wines. Thus far it's been like a few years, and everything really, really shines when we open the bottles. And I also learned something else. Learned from experience. So what I really like, because Rachel receives a lot of wine from Italy all the time, I would say on a monthly basis there are like shipments coming, and I like to try the wines when they first come in, and then I like to try them after a while, that they have time to rest for a minute after the travel, just like people. And guess what? It really does the trick. It really comes together. It's like the wine relaxes. Okay, my trip is over. I'm ready. Take me. And it's fantastic, really. So I do that for our wines in general. If they are coming straight from Italy, if they're coming from New York or New Jersey, It's really like, I always keep them a little bit on the side like this. And then if it's an important bottles like the ones that we are trying tonight, the day that or the day before that I want to open the bottle, I put it straight. I put it straight for a day and then I open it. So this is what I do. I really wanted to share it with you. Now, the wine number 2 is one of my favorite wines in the world. I also represent Il Borro estate on the eastern regions of the United States. I can tell you that I've seen many people falling in love with this wine, okay? And I am one of them. That's how it happened. I tried the wine. I always say when it comes to Il Borro, my experience before getting in the wine industry, as a business choice, I was in the restaurants, managing restaurants, and I had a pretty decent knowledge of Bordeaux wines, like French wines, more than Italians, apart from, of course, most important wines like Barolos, the Amarone, the Brunellos, the Barbarescos, like the Aglianico and the Taurasi days from where I'm from and from Quintodecimo Estate. Bordeaux is the place that really made me fall in love with wine, and I guess that many other people can share that sentiment with me. And when I tried Il Borro the first time, the first question I asked was the price. I was used to see these huge price tags of the French wines, especially of important estates from Bordeaux. And when I found out that this estate is owned by Salvatore Ferragamo's family, first thing I was like, okay, this is another expensive wine. I was like, how much is this wine? And at the time, this wine was $15 less than today a bottle. It was $40 a bottle. I dropped my jug. I was like, this is not possible. It's not possible. I was drinking. I was tasting for high-end customers before serving the wines. Some bottles that were, $500 and up. So, I could really feel the difference between those bottles and regular bottles of wine. And then I tried this, and I was expecting just the same price tag. I was shocked. It was $40, and I'm still convinced that this is one of the best wines in the world for quality to price ratio. Period. Somebody says otherwise, let's talk about it. It's just, something that we can talk about for 3-4 days, a week, 2 weeks. This is one of the best products in the price range that winemakers are making today, okay? And we are really, really proud to represent this in Pennsylvania. When we first started distributing Il Borro in Pennsylvania, Il Borro was just for an elite of people, that live in this state. We introduced the Borro products to our friends, family, and restaurants, clients, and there is really no one that didn't like this wine. And you on the Zoom call, us, our portfolio, our wines, I believe that you shouldn't be surprised with the quality of this red wine. But for people that are following from home, or from the social media platforms, I just want to say, if you didn't, you must try a bottle of this especially if you are into Bordeaux blends, super Tuscans. This is wow. All right. So my favorite moment is when I finally can put some of this wine in the glass. Very, very fantastic color. This, intense ruby, with purplish reflections, I would say. And let's see what we prepared for you in terms of nose. Okay. I love the nose. I love the color. Right? I love how it moves in the glass. I love this wine. It's really, I don't know. Sometimes I know. I become too Italian. I know. Like it's like the way the wine moves in the glass. I love that too. All right. So let's see where we are with the color first. Okay, for this wine. It's clear, like it's a ruby red, very intense. You can tell that it's a full body wine by the color intensity already. Nice. And then the nose, very complex, like there is so much. And I'm sorry that like we only have a certain amount of time to taste the wine, because I can guarantee you that the bouquet now is just as described, full and intense, with notes of underbrush and spicy scents. But this wine will develop in the glass over time. So you really want to enjoy a glass of this wine, slowly, and see what happens. The palate, let's try it and see if it's true. I mean, don't you agree that the tannins are like cuddling your face? That's what the tannins were doing in my mouth. Fantastic fine wine. Let me go back 1 second to this one, because for the pairings, here we go. It would be nice if things would work sometimes. So for the palate, we said yes, soft tannins, a good consistency, well integrated and persistent. I still, it's been already a minute that I took a sip, and it's still like that feeling of really soft tannins, like really, going long. Pairings. Tuscan dishes cooked with meat are really a perfect pairing for this. Croutons, I like, but also the chefs suggest game for this type of wine. But I like it by itself. I honestly I do not drink wine by itself unless it is really satisfying. It really gives you that sense of satisfaction in your mouth. And this is that wine for me, certainly. Okay? And then, what do we have as an offer here? We have an offer on 6 for this one too. We had a fantastic offer in the past. Unfortunately, that is gone. And now the full price is $57.99. And it becomes $54.99 when you buy 6. Okay, very limited. The vintage, I just received information from Italy that it's over. So this 96 plus points by Robert Parker is gonna be available just for a couple more months, maybe less. Grab some. This is a wine that can stay 30 years if kept out of the sunlight at a decent temperature. That doesn't have to be cellar, but it has to be constant. So if you have a place where the temperature is constant and really doesn't go above the 72 degrees, that would be the perfect storage place for your wines. Okay, and this is the QR code that you can use to access the wine page on internet. And I really want to go back It's unbelievable, really. Like it's already changing the nose. Like there is already like other flavors, other touches coming in. And as I said, this wine will keep doing that for a couple hours, and maybe in 2 hours, you will feel like yes.
This is the 16 vintage, right?
This is the 16 vintage, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I really think I haven't tasted this in a minute. So I'm just really excited because it's a drink now. You know what I mean? Like, you know how sometimes you have to wait for it to really sort of open up and develop. So this one I feel like, oh, thank goodness, like it's ready. Like it's really tasty now, and it's gonna be tasty for years to come. So I'm pretty excited about it. The nose is really beautiful. I just forgot, it's been a minute. So I get really excited when I remember trying something, but also with each vintage, it's like trying a new wine, like every time. So
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've tried this one, and sometimes I forget how lovely things can be, and I really enjoy this one.
Nice. I wanted to basically say that this wine. Let me see, because this didn't change yet. Yeah, this wine is ready to drink. It's true. It was to me like ready to drink when it first was released, and I believe that in bottled wine they are ready to be, consumed at any stage of their life. And the reason why that happens is because the wine has been made greatly. So at each stage of his life, he's gonna give you something slightly different, but he's gonna give you a fantastic experience. I just wish that I could afford it. Because of course, these are products that, it's not for everybody to drink a bottle of a bottle every day. But this is the type of wine that never disappoints. Never, never, never. Here at Righteous, we keep. I want to show you something because you might not know that we keep the oldest vintage that we have of Mogoro. Let me show it to you. Is this one. Look how old it is. That's a 2009 that we have here. Right? And we have this 2009 case is mine. Alright, so this is my personal thing. But we have a library of Il Borro starting with 2011, I believe, or 12. No, 12. 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, and coming in a month or two, there's going to be the vintage number 6 for us in our library, which is the vintage 2017. And the libraries are something that we keep for our really closest, accounts, for restaurants and for our friends and family. So if, on the Zoom call, like you want to try something that is already older, let us know, and we will drop somehow like with an helicopter, like we will make a special drop with a helicopter, like of one of these bottles. But yeah, it's one of those wines that make Enzo really happy to be Italian. That's all I can say, really. Like, it makes me happy, like, to be Italian when I try products like this that are, represent the best that, people can do with a product. And I come from a family of shoemakers, so, for us, quality has always been a topic, a dinner. Like it wasn't just buying a t-shirt for us, was buying a t-shirt that felt good because the quality was good. And I don't come from a rich family. Like in Italy, quality is something that is affordable, also for mid-class people, and that's what I love about my country. Like you don't need to be the president of the United States to enjoy a wine beautiful as Il Borgo. Absolutely not. So, salute! Salute a tutti! Salute Skip, salute Betsy, and welcome back! Welcome back! I know you brought some sun over here. You brought the sun back from Florida with you. Everything is fantastic. Can't wait to see you guys.
We're glad to be here. This is wonderful. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. We missed you. I can't wait to see you, and drink some wine together. Maybe we should do one of those wine dinners that, with all your group of friends, like as soon as it's possible, because, of course, it's been too long. It's been too long, right?
Absolutely. The world
Yes.
is going to open up again.
Yes. I'm speaking to people around the United States in these days, and I'm hearing very positive attitudes from everywhere, and that calls for good changes. Like if everybody feels it, something good is coming. So salute to that. We all need it. Well, let's cheers to that. Let's cheers to the rest of 2021 to be one of those amazing years that we love so much. Salute. Now, what else can we do tonight? It's 7:50 almost, and one thing that I don't want to forget to tell you tonight is my wife gave me a fantastic news. No, she's not pregnant, unfortunately. So, she said that we almost sold out the tasting for next week, which is the tasting with food pairing. Like this is something that we wanted to do for a long time. The pandemic brought us so many sad feelings, but also gave us the opportunity to put together things that we always wanted to do in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, but that they deserved a little more attention. I want to say good evening to Anthony that is following, and Anthony is back from Florida too. Anthony, let us know if you're back from Florida. I have something for you if you're back from Florida. Anyway, thank you. And I got lost for a second. She gave me a fantastic news that we sold out almost for next week. So, what you want to do, in case you go and try to buy the ticket and you cannot buy it, please let us know, because we, in case completely sold out, we're gonna start a waiting list. So please, in case you have problems, let us know. And I'm really excited about it. I'm very excited because we're gonna try finally some food with these fantastic wines. And I'm very excited also because I know that Rachel is selecting some fantastic new wines. I'm excited because Righteous is finally, adding the French portfolio to our selection of wines. And all of these things are happening, one after another one. We are working very hard to bring to you the most amazing products in Pennsylvania. Seriously. Like there is no point for us to just be another importer and distributor of wine. I want you to remember Righteous, Rachel, Enzo, and always have a big smile on your face because we make you happy. All right? If you are new to the wine in general, let us know, because Rachel is one of the best people that I know in the United States when it comes to understand what's your taste profile. Like, you might be shocked. Like, also because on Righteous portfolio there is the perfect wine for everybody. Really fantastic grapes from Italy for now. As I said, we are adding the French wine, and we are adding the Californian Cabernet Sauvignon and Chardonnay finally. And yes, like, I shouldn't say that. Rachel didn't even know that. Sorry, Rachel. You live just found out that some Californian Cabernet Sauvignon are coming your way. And yeah, so keep building this amazing portfolio of fantastic wine to accompany your dinners, your afternoons, your evenings, your days, your brunches. Always with a smile, because if it's not Righteous, it's not on Righteous portfolio. Okay? And now I think that I want to give it to Rachel again, just in case I'm forgetting something for next week, because I make a lot of mistakes when it comes to remembering things. I should have always one of these, with everything written, but I move my hands too much, so I cannot keep like a folder in my hands. It's not possible. Come on. So, Rachel, am I forgetting anything? Please help me.
So, as Enzo mentioned, next week we have our first pairing, our food, perfect pairing, and food selection. So we came up with a menu of a few light bites and 4 wines, and we paired them up, and we are doing a cream, milk, buttery, kind of savory flavors to go with these 4 wines. And you can purchase your tickets on Eventbrite. You can search on Righteous Imports, or you can check out the Righteous Imports Facebook page events, and you will be linked to the tickets. But tickets are only on sale until Sunday night. So ticket sales close. As Enzo mentioned, we are getting up there on our capacity, and we would love for you to get in on the action. We're pretty excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we also have another week after is a Meet the Winemaker with Stefano Accordini. He does incredible Valpolicella wines. So Valpolicella Classico, Amarone, Recioto, Ripasso, all of these incredible wines from Valpolicella. So that's the week after. So we have 2 really fab events back to back. And if you're interested, just get at us. Check out at Righteous Imports on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. We're with you every Wednesday for Wine Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. And just a reminder of the offer on Il Porro. $54.99 when you buy 6, otherwise $57.99. This is a 96 plus points by Robert Parker, not from Luigi Smith. No, Robert Parker, okay? Not from Mario Smith, I'm supposed to say, because I'm Italian, so Mario Smith. No, it's Robert Parker, 96 plus, fantastic review, and seriously, it's one of the best wines from my country. And what else I can add? I can add this. Let's go. Here we go. Here there is the flyer for next week, the butter and cream. Rachel looked at me like I had 3 heads when I first came up with like the butter and cream thing, and then she looked at me and was like, "Oh, you really?" And I was like,
No. Tell the story. You should show the flyer. You should show the flyer that he first created. I wish you had that, because it's kind of like, what's the milk? He now used a little creamer on the flyer, but previously he used something else, and it just seemed a bit, I don't know, it was really funny, a little X-rated, let's just put it that way. So I said, Enz, I think you need to change the flyer. So I wish you showed the old flyer. I wish you have it handy, but
deleted, destroyed, it doesn't exist on the internet anymore.
It was very, not well thought out.
No. So yeah, like basically what we will try to do with this tasting is to use the elements of wine with the elements of the food. Okay, it's really a really complicated task, and I tell you why. If I am in Napoli, in Italy, where I come from, my life is so beautiful and my life is so easy when it comes to eating and drinking. Why? Because the products are local, which means that you know the taste. You know the taste of the prawns, the shrimp. You know the taste of the clams. You know the taste of the meat. You know the taste of the veggies. So everything, it's beforehand paired with the wines that are produced by the land. Like this white that we tried tonight, for instance. Oh, guys, like, I wish that I could have the fresh. Fresh doesn't mean cold where I come from. Fresh means alive. That's what fresh means where I come from. If I tell you fresh oysters, it means that when I squeeze the lemon, the oyster is gonna do like, you know, that is fresh. And those elements have a completely different taste. Same thing for the zucchini. If the zucchini comes from around the corner from where you live, it's gonna taste different than the zucchini that comes from the South America or whatever. So it's more difficult, for me at least, to get the perfect pairings together. But there is one thing that it's more of an American tool than a Southern Italian tool, which is the butter and the cream. And I learned how to play with my wines and these elements since I came to the United States. And now I'm ready to share with you a little bit of what I learned, and I hope that you will enjoy it. And if you don't, please don't tell me, because I'm gonna cry. So please don't tell me. Please don't tell me if I don't know if the funny thing is that I don't even know if certain words in English are appropriate to say during a live or not. I'm not talking like, you know, the bad words that are obviously bad, but there are certain words that sound bad to me, and I was about to say one and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can say that. So if you are disappointed with my food and wine pairings, please let me know, because I'm always very much in love with learning, especially from this country, because I understood France, I understood Spain, I kind of understand Japanese, and I really loved to live with Indians, just to name a few. But What I found in America is that it's the only place that I've seen that has its own completely different entity when it comes to taste. And guess what? Instead of like doing like many of my Italian fellows Italians that go like, oh my God, you put a burger patty on the pizza, oh my God, they should crucify you. That's what Italians should they would say for somebody that is just trying to come up with something different. Okay, now Rachel would tell you I highly disagree with certain choices at the point where I get mad, like, you know, I get like Danny DeVito mad type of thing when people do certain things. But that said, there are so many things to learn here in this country regarding the food culture and the way people, you know, enjoy food. For somebody like me that comes from an old-fashioned, boring, dusty, rusty paradise. So I want to say goodbye now because I think that I've been talking a lot as usual, but I really enjoy to share the reasons why I loved this business since day one, and the reason why I really like, how do you say, Rachel, when, you know, you speak in somebody ear so much, like that's basically what I did, like in Rachel's ear for a very long time. It was like the wine, this is what we need to make better in this state, the wine. So I hope you agree with us that, you know, we are making your drinking experience a little better. If not, let us know and we will improve it. And with this, I want to say goodbye. Rachel, you may want to say goodbye too. She's waving goodbye. And thank you so much to all our friends on the Zoom call. Thank you so much on all our friends on the social media platform. And do not forget, if you want to join us next Wednesday, hurry up. Okay? Thank you. Have a fantastic evening, and see you all next week. Thank you.